This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. This, this, this should be played. This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Shalom, salama, siyeme, shalom to you always, family abroad. It's your man Yashar Rawls, aka RedLetter Rapt. You see my wife Yaza Red is with us as well.
Shalom, family.
And you see our Ak straight like that is back with us too.
How's everyone doing?
Man, blessed and highly favored, Ak.
All blessed. All
No
praise.
No
It's good
doubt.
to be out tonight, man.
So no, it's good to see you again, bro. Definitely good to have you on up in here with us.
I appreciate
Definitely. Ooh, we got some scripture off to the side. Essential Grove is blessing us with 2 Samuel chapter 21, verses 1 through 2, Genesis 15 and 16.
Wait, what happened at Central Grove? You changed your name back?
Oh, she got 2 channels.
Oh, she has 2 channels.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. Shabbat Baraka, Abaraka, Maspaka, Shalom, my beautiful people. Shalom to you always, selling heaven. Shabbat Shalom, Uncle Don P. Yehuda. All right, she said, so I've been waiting all week. all praises. Definitely. I feel you because I've been dying to get back up in here on this book of Joshua, and then also trying to seek the Most High on when the best time to redo the study that Cry Aloud and Spare Not, so we can do that one live. That'll probably be during the week though. Truth be told, I think I like the way we're already doing it, to where the Saturday study is straight up Bible study, and I think to redo that one would be absolutely blessed to do during the week. Pull those verse, please, relate to Joshua that you read. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let me see here. Yeah, here we go. So from the book of Joshua, I didn't pull anything for the study, but as far as like what we've been going through scripturally, as far as like the promised land being, mainland Africa, that's gonna come straight up out of chapter 1, verses 1 through, let's see here. Yeah, 1 through 4, as a matter of fact. All right. But oh, Shalon. Okay, Shalon, got you. No problem. Shalon. Okay, got you. Oh yeah, okay, Gabon. Gibeon or Gabon. Yeah, I got you. I believe that was in chapter 11 where we was at with that. 11 or 12. So I know we're going to start up in chapter 13. It's been a bit of a very blessed week. Had Friday off because of rain. But other than that, just trying to listen to the Most High. How's y'all week been going though? You want to go and start, man?
Oh, I guess I'm grateful for just being able to be alive and keep on pushing and pressing and trying to be more active because I know I need to be more active. I'll give you guys a revelation that was confirmed to me that family, when we eat vegetables and we heat them up, we are losing a lot of the nutrients of those vegetables. Um, so when we eat raw vegetables and fruits, not only do we get more of the nutrients, but our eating is a little bit more cleaner, right? Because when we start cooking things, we put oils in them and um, all these seasonings and stuff like that. And sometimes it be labors our digestion. And also, when we eat a lot of cooked food, or cooked vegetables, excuse me, because we want to eat stuff. If you're still eating meat, we want it to be cooked. Because of the dry herbs, sometimes the sodium's high when we put a lot of salt. And Most High is leading me towards incorporating more raw vegetables in my diet to obtain the nutrients, but also the digestion and to get the natural H3O water from the fruits and vegetables. So I just wanted to share that. He also showed me that when I intake more raw vegetables and more fruits, that I have more energy. I'm not as sluggish.
Hmm.
So I know some people want to start transitioning and eating less meat, more fruits and vegetables. And what I would suggest is that you go on a vegetarian and vegan website. If you want to also learn about, not website, Facebook page has helped me. And now that I want to venture into more raw eating, I've went on this wonderful Facebook page. It's called Raw Living, and there you can get a lot of information and ideas.
All praises. So, bro, straight like that. About yourself, I.
We can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yup.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I've been taking it one day at a time, trying to listen for that word, that spirit to guide me. And that's all, man.
How's that praising going though?
Man, I keeping it strong, brother.
All praises,
If
man.
I don't
All
keep that strong,
praises.
I can't function. Yeah, man. But to speak to what Sister Yaz was saying about the eating raw, I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been doing this week. So I've been buying bags of arugula,
Uh huh.
and I just pop it open, and I be walking around eating the arugula like it's chips.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
how we had to get. We have to get back to that.
yeah,
And when we get to that type of eating, to be honest with you, then we start eating to live again and not living to eat. We really start learning how to just fuel our body with the food because it's time to eat, and not necessarily idolize and plan to eat. Oh wow, I have a taste for this. We put our flesh under submission.
yeah, because I want y'all to know. I want everybody to know something. Like I be having a lot of problems, and a lot of times it's not the problems. It's not coming from the things that y'all know. It's because um I want to say digestive issues. So I can dig what you're saying. I'm rocking with it, and you know, that's been what I've been trying to. It's not that bad tonight. So I'm with y'all. Yeah, that's it though, man. Y'all take it off.
All
All
praises.
praise to Mosiah that He
All
has you with
praise.
us.
Thank you. All
Def-
praise.
Definitely. All right, family. So if you can and you will, we're gonna go ahead and pray on in. and get right back on into the scriptures. And hopefully on the way down on through, we can go ahead and pull up what Sister Central Growth was wanting to see about Gabon or Gibeon. All right. So once again, if you can, you will, please bow your heads and pray with us. All right. Abba Ahayim, Mosayab Yasharom, Mosayah of Abaraham, of Yatasa and Yakwa, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within. Yahweh, Sabah, Awad. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this day, thanking you for allowing those of us that have to wait for our day of rest, have to wait for our Shabbat. We're thanking you for allowing us to be able to do so. But we cry aloud and spare not and say, Abba, we know better. We know that your day of rest is not every Saturday. We know that your day of rest changes. So, Abba, we cry aloud unto you and say, help us make this right, that we may come back into the land in which you have promised us, so we can practice your Shabbat the way you said to practice it, not the way we imagine it in our minds, the way that you said it, Abba. Abba, we also come humbly before you, confessing the sins and iniquities of our ancestors, those things known and unknown, and our own sins and iniquities. But we repent, and we ask that you continue to bring your Holy Spirit into our home and every home watching, and every home that's going to watch later on, that we may have understanding of your word, that we may be more obedient unto you, that we may understand and give us a double portion of discernment, so that way we can discern the spirits that have set themselves up against us, and we may cast down these principalities and these habitual habits that are no good for us. Allow us to be more obedient unto you, Abba. In Yahweh Shai holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Sorry for the delay.
No doubt. It's all good. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this on up. Oh yeah, family. I gotta give a shout out to Brother Big Red. He has said a long time ago, it's been almost a year. He suggested to run with the Brave browser instead of using Google Chrome or just about anything else. And ever since I've been using this Brave browser, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, it is clean on my phone at the moment. Like, at least it was. But everything, like, it just runs so much smoother. So let's go ahead and slide all the way on down here. The way my PC starts up is so much smoother. Let's see here. While we're swinging on through, because I saw the scriptures as it pertains to the men of God right here. And so I know that it was during some of these scriptures that we had these people right here. Behold, I have given into thy hands the king of God and his land, and thou shalt do to God as thou didst to Jericho and its king, and thou shalt take to thyself the spoil of its cattle. Set now for thyself an ambush of the city behind. So we have that, and then as we continue to go on down through, I'm trying to get there, family. I don't want to like fly right through it so fast. Oh, right here. So this is where Joshua messed up at. We went over this last week, and Joshua called them together. This is the people that they deceived Joshua, right? So they said that they're from a far off land, and that their clothes were tattered up and their shoes all messed up because their journey was so far. But after they started, the other Israelites started paying attention. Other children of Israel started paying attention that as they were going to war against some of the other neighboring cities, and these people wouldn't fight because they were of those people. They were kinsmen to those people. So they started paying attention. They started letting it be known, like, yo, this ain't right. Something ain't right with these people. They ain't helping us fight with them. So Joshua called them together and said to them, why have you deceived me, saying we live very far from you, whereas you are fellow countrymen to those who dwell among us? Like, you a part of these people, and you ain't fighting with us. You over here deceiving us. And Joshua says, and now ye are cursed. There shall not fail of you a slave or a hewer of wood or drawer of water to me and my Elohim. And they answered Joshua, saying, it was reported to us what Yahuwah, the Elohim, or Yahweh, the Elohim, charged his servant Mashah to give you this land and to destroy us and all that dwell on it from before you. And we feared very much for our lives because of you. And therefore we did this thing. And, as soon as they would have asked me this part from verse 25, and now behold, we are in your power, do to us as it is pleasing to you, and as it seems good to you. Right? That'd have been it. That'd have been it right there. Because I'm going to be obedient. Ain't going to be no half stepping. You give me that decision, it's a wrap. It's over. They ain't going to be servants to us. They're going to be in the ground or ashes. I'm not playing. So let's keep on moving on down, though, family, because we're going to start up at chapter 12 or 13. I believe it's where we're at, chapter 13. And for those of y'all that don't remember, we are reading these scriptures out of the Greek Septuagint, which is 550 years older than the King James 1611 or any King James Bible. So right here. So let's go back a little bit. You know how we usually do. We'll go ahead and read from the chapter before and just kind of guide our way into where we're starting up at. Okay, so right here. And Yehoshua or Joshua came at that time and utterly destroyed the Anakim out of the hill country from Hebron and from Debir and from Anabath and from all the race of Yasharal and from all the mountain of Yehuda with their cities. And Joshua utterly destroyed them. There was not anyone left of the Anakim. And for those of y'all that don't know or don't remember, the Anakim are giants, the children of Anak. So there was not anyone left of the Anakim by the children of Yasharal. Only there was left of them in Gaza and in Goth and in Aseldo. And Joshua took all the land as Yahuwah commanded Mashah. And Joshua gave them for an inheritance to Yasharal by division, according to their tribes. And the land ceased from war. And these are the kings. Matter of fact, oh, my bad. I'm tripping. We got to blow this up. We got to make this fair, as I've been saying for a little minute. So let's go to about 350. That'll work right there. Blowed up. Misalaki family. I apologize. So, matter of fact, let's do about 340 just to be on the safe side. 340%. All right. So, according to their tribes, and the land ceased from war. And these are the kings of the land whom the children of Yasharal slew, and inherited their land beyond Jordan, from the east, from the valley of Arnon to the mount of Hermon, and all the land of Arabah on the east, Sion, or Sichon. We right here though we see this language Sion, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Esbon or Heshbon, ruling from Arnon, which is in the valley, on the side of the valley, and half of Gilead, as far as Yabok, the borders of the children of Ammon, and Arabah, as far as the sea of Kinneret, eastward, and as far as the sea of Arabah, the salt sea, eastward, by the way to Azimuth. So hold on, family. We're getting some more geographical pointers again. All right. So every time the Most High pulls this stuff up in scripture for us, we need to take a pause for a second, right? So eastward, Kinnereth, eastward, and as far as the sea of Arabah, the salt sea, eastward by the valley to Azimuth. So you already know I got to do it, right? So we got to go to the maps. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this on down right quick because once again, family, every time the Most High does this, we need to pay attention. We got to pay attention. Kind of like one of the things we say in concrete, you know what I'm saying, for some of the things that we do. You got to be safe. All right? You just got to be safe. But when it comes to the scriptures, you just got to check it on out. All right. So it's almost like I made a mistake in being anything a part of Google right about now. So Arabian Sea, Arabah. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these things, you can't unsee them. It's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so, just like in the beginning of this book, you know, it said the word coasts from the great sea and the setting of the sun, and coasts all of this land. And now it's talking about a sea from eastward towards Arabah. So the only seas we have eastward are the Sea of Reeds or the Red Sea, and then we have the Arabian Sea. All of this here, the so-called Indian Ocean, but all of this sea here. This is what we have. So, because where's the sea eastward here? If this is supposed to be the land, where's the sea eastward? Look, you got Jordan here. Where's the so-called Jordan River at? What they call as the Jordan River. Where is that at? You have the Dead Sea. All right, that's not even a sea. I mean, come on, family. That's a lake. I mean, come on, man. Like, what do we have here? Let's do this. This is what they say is the Jordan River. But they crossed the river, and so now eastward, the sea eastward. And once again, family, I'm not fooled. I'm not going to sit here and go along and say that this lake, which is a big lake, I'm not going to sit here and say it's small. I'm not going to be that naive nor foolish. That's right. Got to be more careful. That's right. All right. So this here just does not line up with scripture. So you already know why I got to do that, though. So let's go ahead and stop that screen share and bring the scriptures right on back. All right. Because as we go through these, when we get these geographical hints. So let's once again take a look at it. And Arabah, as far as the Sea of Kinneret, eastward, and as far as the Sea of Arabah, and the Salt Sea eastward by the way to Azamoth, from Thamon under Asadoth Phazgah. So once again, family, I would take these down as notes, maybe highlight them, or if you have to, but I would definitely take them down as notes and things to look up geographically later. So that way you can line this stuff right on up with scripture, because everything that these people have told us about the holy land of the Most High, that he should put his name upon it, that he had given us, it's just not what they say it is. So let's continue. And Og, king of Bashan, who dwelt in Astaroth and in Edrei, was left of the giants, ruling from Mount Aramon and from Sakai, and over all the land of Basan, which would be Bashan, to the borders of Gergesi and Makai, and the half of Gilead, or that'd be Gilead right there, of the borders of Sion, king of Eshban, or Heshbon. Masha, the servant of Yahuwah, and children of Yasharal smote them, and Masha gave them by way of inheritance to Reuben and Gad, and to the half-tribe Manasseh. And these are the kings of the Amorites, whom Joshua and the children of Yasharal slew beyond Jordan, by the sea of Balagad, in the plain of Libanus, or what we would call, what the scriptures call as Lebanon, Libanus, and as far as the mountain of Kelka, as men go up to Seir. And Joshua gave it to the tribes of Yasharal and inherit according to the portion in the mountain and in the plain, and in Arabah, and in Asadah, and in the wilderness. And in the wilderness, and Negab, or Negeb, the Hittite, and the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Perizzite, and the Evite, and the Jebusite, or the Yebusite, the king of Jericho, and the king of Gai, which is near Bethel, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Yeremuth, the king of Lachish, the king of Elam, the king of Gazir or Gaza, the king of Debir, the king of Gader, the king of Haramoth, the king of Adar, the king of Lebna, the king of Odalam, the king of Elath or Alath, the king of Tafut, the king of Ophir, the king of Ophek, of Arak, the king of Asom, the king of Simun, the king of Mambrath, the king of Azif, the king of Cadiz, the king of Zakak, the king of Meradoth, the king of Yakum, of Hernel, or Heron, or Caranel, the king of Odalam belonging to Feneldor, the king of Guy of Galilee, the king of Thursa. All these were 29 kings. So let me take another look down inside here. Shalom to you always, TX before you. Always good to see you. Carisi Reed. Let's see here. Who else? All right. Just making sure I shout everybody out. All right. So what I'm getting at here, family, is I would definitely suggest to go back into your scriptures and line some of these things up. You know, that's if it means that much to you about, where the real land is at. You can go back into some of these places and kind of check to see as to how many of these places are going to try to say are in that fake land, because it don't make no sense. That land is not that big. That itty bitty land no bigger than New Jersey. You're going to tell me that all these kingdoms were in that land no bigger than New Jersey? Stop playing. Like I tell people all the time, I'm some dumb, not plumb dumb.
You're not some dumb.
Meaning I may not be the smartest kid in class, but I raise my hand every now and again. All right, so
Yeah, but you're not dumb.
I know I'm not dumb. It's a figure of speech, back.
Yeah, but we gotta watch what we say. Don't claim that.
I hear you. So that's why I changed it up to the other saying. I ain't the smartest kid in class, but I raise my hand every now and again. All right.
You don't know everything.
Right. I don't know everything. And that's why I'm not the smartest kid in class, but I do raise my hand. I do got some answers for the teacher, you know what I'm saying, every now and again. So and Joshua was old and very advanced in years. And Yahuwah said to Joshua, thou art advanced in years, and there is much land left to inherit. And this is the land that is left, the borders of the Philistines, and the Gesarite, and the Canaanite, from the wilderness before Egypt, as far as the borders of Acharon. On the left of the Canaanites, the land is reckoned to the 5 principalities of the Philistines, to the inhabitant of Gaza, and of Azotus, and of the Ascalon, and of Geth. All right, I'm putting a pin in this right here next to this Geth right here, because we can't let this right here and the Canaanite from the wilderness before Egypt, as far as the borders of Acharon, on the left of the Canaanites. The land is reckoned to the 5 principalities of the Philistines. These things just are jumping off the pages, family. And I'm not for sure if your KJV is saying the same things as these, or it's leaving some of these things on out. All right. So let's pick the pen up from right here at Geth, right here, and of Acharon, and of the Evite, from Theamon, even to all the land of Canaan, before Gaza, and the Sidonians, as far as Aphek, as far as the borders of the Amorites, and all the land of Goliath, of the Philistines, and all Labanus. Try to get this right, family. All right. Eastward from Galgal, under the mountain of Aramon, as far as the entering of Emoth. Everyone that inhabits the hill country from Libanus, as far as Mazareth. Now, this is going to be a weird one for me. Memphoim or Memphoium. I don't know if that's, I don't want to sit here and say that's Memphis, but Memphoium. All the Sidonians I will destroy them from before Yasharal. But do thou give them by inheritance to Yasharal, as I charge thee. And now divide this land by lot to the 9 tribes, and to the half tribe of Manasseh. From Jordan to the great sea westward, thou shalt give it them. The great sea shall be the boundary. Look, once again, we see the great sea shall be the boundary. But to the 2 tribes and to the half tribe of Manasseh, to Reuben and to Gad, Mashah gave an inheritance beyond Jordan. Mashah, the servant of Yahuwah, gave it to them eastward from Auror, which is on the bank of the brook of Arnon, and the city in the midst of the valley, and all Mizor from Madaban, all the cities of Sion, king of the Amorites, who reigned from Esbon or Heshbon to the coasts of the children of Ammon. Once again, family, these words just jump right off the page. And that's a plural word, coasts. And coasts always mean next to a body of water. So, to the coasts of the children of Ammon, and to the region of Gilead, and the borders of the Gerasites or Geserites, and the Machat. Family, please excuse me. I'm about to slaughter this word on accident. Machatites. The whole mount of Hermon, and all the land of Bashan, to Akkah, all the kingdom of Og, in the region of Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and in Edraim. He was left of the giants, and Mashah smote him and destroyed him. But the children of Yasharal destroyed not the Geserite, and the Machatite, and the Canaanite, and the king of Geseri, and the Machatite dwelt among the children of Yasharal until this day. So once again, we have another mistake. We have another downfall of Yasharal by not doing what the Most High told them to do. And I'm calling this out and pointing it right on out just in case nobody else does. All right. The Most High told Yasharal, told Joshua, and told Masha to destroy all these nations, all these wicked nations, not to leave anybody behind, not to leave people to grow up next to them or around them, to dwell with them, none of those things. He ain't say to do none of that. All. And also, shout out to my aunt Quadash. He ended up, we was doing Bible study last night, and I cannot believe, family, that we messed up and we didn't point out in the book of Numbers where the Most High was upset or so disappointed with Masha, the reasoning why he did not let him come into the land. So if you go back to the book of Numbers, chapter 20, starting off around verse 6 or 7, and read all the way through, I want to say verse 14 or 15, something like that, you'll see that the Most High told Masha to speak to the rock that water may flow from it. He told Masha and Aharon to speak to the rock that water would flow from it. And so what Masha ended up doing was that he ended up addressing Yasharal as rebels. And he said, are we to fetch you water from this rock? And he smacked the rock twice with his rod. He didn't speak to the rock. Not only did he say, shall we fetch you water from this rock? And when the water burst from it, he didn't give the Most High credit. He didn't give the Most High praise. So it was like twofold. Not only did he not do what the Most High told him to do, but he didn't give the Most High praise and glory for the water coming from the rock to give the nation of Yasharal, give the children of Yasharal water, and to give water to their animals, to their beasts. That's right, Jesus, for you. Yeah, he struck it instead. He didn't speak to it. That's right. So, I mean, it was a couple times. I thought that we went over that, but it was like, you know what? I must have forgot somewhere in there, like, how come the Most High didn't let Masha come into the land? Well, that's the reason why.
So that's the second time we see in Yah's word where one of his people, one of his servants, one of his anointed were given an instruction and they do something similar or close to what the Most High said, but didn't actually execute it exactly like what the Most High told them to do. We see it here when you're saying Moses, but we also see it with King Saul.
Facts.
So that goes to show us, like, we really can't be compromising.
Big old facts.
So I'm not going to get into specifics, but I feel really led to say what I'm going to say next, so I'm going to say it. So when you esteem somebody because you feel like, you know, they're being led by the Most High to bring up things and teach things, and you decide that, all right, I'm not going to receive that because it don't make sense to you, you really want to check your spirit and bring that to the Most High. Because are you not receiving, if you esteem that person, oh, that person's anointed, I know when that person teaches, they're getting it from the Most High. I know, even though people are not perfect, but you esteem that person that they are from the Most High. And you're not still going to receive something that the Most High has put in their spirit to teach, you need to make sure that's not your spirit that doesn't want to receive it. There's a difference between having discernment and there's a difference between leaning to your own understanding. I'm just going to leave it right there.
All right. So, once again, family, right here. We get this right here in scripture. So all these different nations and whatnot, or these couple different nations right here, just from the book of Joshua. This ain't even from the book of Judges just yet. But so all the kingdom of Og in the region of Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth in Edrain, he was left of the giants, and Mashah smote him and destroyed him. But the children of Yasharal destroyed not the Gesarite and the Maacatite and the Canaanite, and the king of the Gesri and the Maacatite dwelt among the children of Yasharal until this day. Only no inheritance was given to the tribe of Levi. Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal, he is their inheritance. As Yahuwah said to them, and this is the division which Mashah made to the children of Yasharal in Arabah, Moab, on the other side of Jordan, by Jericho. And Mashah gave the land to the tribe of Reuben according to their families. And their borders were from Aroer, which is opposite the brook of Arnon. And there is the city that is in the valley of Arnon, and all Mizor, to Eshban, and all the cities in Mizor, and Dabon, and Baimon Baal, and the house of Mielboth, and Bashan, and Bakedmoth, and Ma'aphod. See, some of these names, man, I'm telling you, and just the way it has a Grecian twist on it, it'd be messing me up, family. It's not that I was like the greatest pronouncer to begin with. I was okay, but this is making it that much harder. I'm just keeping it normal with you. All right, and Carithium and Sabama, Sibama and Sarada and Sion and Mount Enob and Bath Forgor and Ashdod, Phasgah. Oh my goodness, these names, family, they're killing me.
Don't say that.
And Batha Sanath and all the cities of Mizor and all the kingdom of Sion, king of the Amorites, whom Mashah smote, even him and the princes of Madian and Evi or Evi and Robach and Sur and and Rob or Robe, prince of the spoils of Sion or Sion, and the inhabitants of Sion. And Balaam, the son of Beor, the prophet, they slew in the battle. And the borders of Reuben were even Jordan as the boundary. This is the inheritance of the children of Reuben, according to their families. These were their cities and their villages. And Mashah gave inheritance to the sons of Gad according to their families, and their borders were Yazir, all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the children of Ammon to Arabah, which is before Arad. And from, make sure I'm okay, and from Esbon to Arabah by Masafs and Batanim or Botanim and Ma'an to the borders of Da'aban and Enadam and Athargi or Othargi. That's an H right there, family. That's what's got to be messed up. And then Thanum, and Sokotha, and Sophon or Saphon and the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Eshban. And Jordan shall be the boundary as far as the part of the sea of Kinnereth, beyond Jordan, eastward. So this sea of Kinnereth, matter of fact, I'm curious. So I'm going to take another quick look. See. Yeah, so this right here definitely didn't have an answer for me. Let me go ahead and pull this on down so that way y'all can actually see this as I'm asking the question. All right, so Sea of Kinnereth. I pray I'm spelling that right too as I'm over here talking like this. Yeah. All right, so Sea of Kinnereth. Showing results for Sea of Kinnereth, Sea of Galilee, also called Lake Tiberias, Arabic, what's that? Buhayarat. Tabaria, Hebrew Yam Kinneret, lake in Israel through which the Jordan River flows. So it is famous for its biblical associations. Its Old Testament name was Sea of Kinneret, and later it was called the Lake of Gennesaret or Gennesaret. So, oh my goodness, killing me, family. I mean, I'm more laughing than anything, definitely, because let's go and pull this up on another one. All right, stop sharing this one, and we're going to share the next one. And so, once again, as we're zooming up out of Ohio. All right, so once again, they want you to believe that in ancient times, this right here, Sea of Galilee, this lake, they want you to believe that this needs to be understood as a sea. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I ain't the smartest kid in class, but I do raise my hand every now and again, all right? So you cannot convince me that this is to be understood as a sea. It's going to take more than just putting the name of a sea on it, especially when you have, Arabian Sea. Now, you have all this body of water, and that's a sea. You have all this body of water, and that's a sea, right? You even have all this body of water. This is the Caspian Sea, right? I mean, even if you zoomed out a whole lot, there's still a big body of water. But you want me to believe that this little lake right here, I'm supposed to address this as a C. You feel me? Like, that's right. Right. She's like, nah, nah. Right. It's okay. Those old names are pronounced very difficult for the American tongue. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. All right. So, but once again, family, like it's going to take a whole lot more convincing to sit here and tell us. It should take a whole lot more convincing to tell us what these things are. You're going to have to explain it a whole lot better than just putting a name on it. All right. So, this is also supposed to be beyond Jordan eastward, beyond the salt sea of Kinnereth. How's this going to be a salt sea? Oh, my bad, my bad. I might have threw that in fast. My bad. Part of the sea of Kinnereth beyond Jordan eastward. And as a matter of fact, when we sat there and we Googled it, we Googled the Jordan, the River Jordan. They say the River Jordan goes through this. So how is this beyond this sea right here beyond the River Jordan, but the River Jordan goes through it? Once again, family, I ain't the smartest kid in class. All right, I'm not. I'm not. But you can't sit here and tell me this foolishness and expect me to believe it like I'm like we have no understanding. All right. So let's get back onto it. All right. So this is the inheritance of the children of Gad according to their families and according to their cities. According to their families, they will turn their backs before their enemies, because their cities and their villages were according to their families. And Mashah gave to half the tribe of Manasseh according to their families. And their borders were from Ma'an and all the kingdom of Bashan and all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the villages of Yair, which are in the region of Bashan, 60 cities. In the half of Gilead, and Ashtaroth, and in Edrain, royal cities of Og in the land of Bashan. Mashah gave to the sons of Machir, the sons of Manasseh. Stop. Once again. 60 cities. When we use this word cities, we're having a population discussion here, family. That's a population word. And then they're talking about, not just 60 cities, but 60 cities just for who? For the half tribe of Manasseh. So this is a population thing. This is a lot bigger than what they're trying to say. This land and all these different cities in it. And then gonna call them royal cities at that. Now I'm not sitting here saying that they got to be all like, New York City, Chicago, Tampa, Orlando, Atlanta. I'm not trying to say they got to be huge like that, but at the same time, we're talking about royal cities here. It's going to be a lot of people in a royal city. But then not all 60 cities was royal cities. All right, let's keep it moving, family. I'm just pointing some of these things out. I know it may be getting boring to some people, but it's like we have to take a look at these things, family. All right, so um, these are they whom Masha caused to inherit beyond Jordan and Arabath, Moab, beyond Jordan by Jericho eastward. And these are they of the children of Yasharal that received their inheritance in the land of Canaan, to whom Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and this here says Nawe, Nau, and the heads of the families of the tribes of the children of Yasharal gave inheritance. They inherited according to their lots, as Yahuwah commanded by the hand of Joshua, to the 9 tribes and the half tribe on the other side of Jordan. But to the Levites he gave no inheritance among them. For the sons of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and there was none inheritance in the land given to the Levites, only cities to dwell in, and their suburbs separated for the cattle and their cattle. As Yahuwah commanded Masha, so did the children of Yasharal, and they divided the land. And the children of Yehuda came to Joshua and Galgal, and Caleb, the son of Yephone, the Kenizzite, said to him, Thou knowest the word that Yahuwah spoke to Masha, the man of Alahayim, concerning me and thee and Sades or Sades Barnea. For I was 40 years old when Masha, the servant of Alahayim, sent me out of Sades or Cades Barnea to spy out the land. And I returned him an answer according to his mind. My brethren that went up with me turned away the heart of the people, but I applied myself to follow Yahuwah, my Alahayim. And Masha sware on that day, saying, The land on which thou art gone up, it shall be thine inheritance and thy children's forever, because thou hast applied thyself to follow Yahuwah, our Alahayim. And now Yahuwah has kept me alive, as he said. This is the 45th year since Yahuwah spoke that word to Masha, and Yasharal journeyed in the wilderness. And now, behold, I am this day 85 years old. Woo, woo. He said, I'm 85 years old. I am still strong this day. Ooh, wee. You hear that, man? He said, I'm 85 years old. I am still strong this day, as when Yahuwah sent me. Just so strong am I now to go out and to come in for war. And now I ask of thee this mountain, as Yahuwah said in that day, for thou heardest this word on that day. And now the Anakim are there, cities great and strong. If then Yahuwah should be with me, I will utterly destroy them, as Yahuwah said to me. And Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of Yephone, the son of Kenez, for inheritance. Therefore, Hebron became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Yephone, the Kenizzite, until this day, because he followed the commandment of Yahuwah, Alahayim of Yasharal. And the name of Hebron before was the city Argob. It is the metropolis of the Anakim, and the land rested from war. All right, so once again, we have another population word, metropolis. This is a geographical name for population. Any kind of opolis is going to have a whole lot of people. You can count New York City as a metropolis. They even call Indianapolis a metropolis. They call Atlanta a metropolis. They call Chicago a metropolis. All these Dallas is a metropolis. All right. So, and then we're talking about giants too. It is the metropolis of the Anakim. So we are talking about a huge population of giants. All right. So let's keep it moving though, family. And the borders of the tribe of Yehuda, according to their families, were from the borders of Idumea, from the wilderness of Sin, as far as Cadiz or Sadiz southward. And their borders were from the south as far as a part of the Salt Sea, and their borders were from the south as far as a part of the Salt Sea, from the high country that extends southward. And they proceeded before the ascent of Akrabin, and go out round Senna, and go up from the south to Sades Barnea, and go out to Asaron, and proceeded or proceed up to Sarada, and go out by the way that is west of Cadiz. And they go out to the Salamona, and issue at the valley of Egypt. And the termination of its boundaries shall be at the sea. These are their boundaries, southward. And their boundaries eastward are all the Salt Sea as far as Jordan, and their borders from the north, and from the border of the sea, and from part of Jordan, the borders go up to Bethalagam, Bethalglaam, and they go along from the north to Betharabah, and the borders go on up to the stone of Baon, the son of Reuben, and the borders continue on to the fourth part of the valley of Achor, and go down to Galgal, which is before the approach of Adamim, which is southward in the valley, and terminate at the water of the fountain of the sun. And their going forth shall be the fountain of Rogel. And the borders go up to the valley of Enam, behind Jebus, southward. This is Jerusalem. And the borders terminate at the top of the mountain, which is before the valley of Enam, toward the sea, which is by the side of the land of Raphaim, northward. And the border going forth from the top of the mountain terminates at the fountain of the water of Naphtho, and terminates at Mount Ephron. And the border will lead to Baal. This is the city of Yarim. Now I'm not even going to go back through all of that, family, because this is stuff that I would definitely encourage you to go back, highlight, or if the true land even means anything to you. All right. These are things that we can research a little later and go back onto these things, right? So this is the city of Yamrim, and the border will go round from Baal to the sea. It will go on to the Mount of Asar, behind the city of Yamrim, northwards. This is Kaslan, and it will come down to the city of the sun, and will go on to the south. And the border terminates behind Acharon, northward, and the borders will terminate at Sukkot. And the borders will go on to the south and will terminate at Lebna. And the issue of the borders will be at the sea, and their borders shall be toward the sea. The great sea shall be the boundary. These are the borders of the children of Yehuda, round about according to their families. All right, so, and to Caleb, the son of Yephone, he gave a portion in the midst of the children of Yehuda by the command of Elohim. And Joshua gave him the city of Arabah, the metropolis of Anak. This is Hebron. And Caleb, the son of Yephone, destroyed thence the three sons of Anak, Susi, Thalamai, and Akamah. And Caleb went up thence to the inhabitants of Debir. And the name of Debir before was the city of letters. And Caleb said, whosoever shall take and destroy the city of letters and master it, to him will I give my daughter Ashka to wife. And Gothanel, or Gothaniel, the son of Kenaz, or Kenez, the brother of Caleb, took it and gave him Ashka, his daughter, to wife. And it came to pass as she went out that she counseled him, saying, I will ask of my father a field. And she cried from off her ass, her donkey. And Caleb said to her, what is it? And she said to him, give me a blessing, for thou hast set me in the land of Negab. Give me Bathanis. And he gave her Ganathla, the upper, and Ganathla, the lower. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Yehuda. And their cities were cities belonging to the tribe of the children of Yehuda, and the borders of Edom by the wilderness, and Bazaleel, and Arah, and Assur, and Icam, and Regma, and Aruel, and Sadiz, and Asorianan, and Ma'anam, and Balmenan, and their villages, and the cities of Asaron. This is Assur, and Sen, and Salama, or Sama'ah, and Malada, and Seri, and Baphalath, and Kosiela, and Beer Sabi, and their villages, and their hamlets, Bala, and I can't even make that out, really. I really can't.
Yeah.
I can't tell if those are two C's.
B-A, where?
Right here. I can't tell that's a C.
B-A-C-O-E.
That's the same thing, baby.
That's not the same thing. One is a C and one is a E.
Okay.
I think I see a little thing there.
All right. All right.
Oh, when you look at
yeah, you see it? Yeah. It looked like an E there and an E there, or a C there and a C. Yeah.
How you look at it.
Yeah, it really do. Be messing with you. All right. So Once again, these names, family, these names be.
I think that's the C. You know why? Because look at the E's in the other one. See how
Yeah,
pronounced they
true.
are? So that's the C.
Okay, we can roll with that. Um, and Basak or Bakok and Assam and El Buidad and Bathel and Herma and Sakalak and Makarim and Sethanak and Labos and Sale and Aramoth, 29 cities and their villages. So in the plain country, Astael and Ra'ah and Asa and Renan and Tano and Huthoth and Ma'ani and Yeremuth and Odalam and Membra and Sako, Salco or Salcho and Yazeka and Sakarim and Gadara and its villages, 14 cities, and their villages are Sena and Adasan and Mala Dalagad and Dalad and Masfa and Yakareel and Basadath and Adi Dalia and Kabra and Makes and
Oh my goodness.
yeah, right? You see this? And Maakos and Gadar and Bagadiel and Noman or Noman and Makadan, 16 cities and their villages, Lebna and Ithik or Ithak and Anak and I want to say Yana. That's my mama's name too. Um, and Nasib and Kalam and Ikizi and Kazeb and Balthasar and Elam, 10 cities and their villages, Akaran and her villages and their hamlets, from Akaran to Gemna and all the cities that are near Asadoth and their villages, Asadoth and her villages and her hamlets, Gaza and its villages and its hamlets as far as the river of Egypt, and the great sea is the boundary. And in the hill country, Samir and Yethar and Sokah and Rena or Rena and the city of letters. This is Dabir and Anon and Es or Es and Man and Assam and Gosam and Kalu and Kana and Jalam, 11 cities and their villages, and Arim and Remna and Soma and Yamain and Bathaku and oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave that one alone. That right there, trying to
Which
pronounce
one?
this one. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave
I can't
this
see
one.
it.
This one. I'm underlining it, babe. I'm underlining it right here. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. That one right there might get a brother in trouble. Talking about you over here cussing. Yuma in the city of Arbach. This is Hebron and Sorath, 9 cities. I can't wait till we get past these cities, family. I really can't. And their villages, Maor and Carmel or Carmel, and Ozib and Itan and Yarael. Oh my goodness. Family. You know I love you. You know I love you, right? Oh my goodness. You know I love you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all know I love you, but yeah, family. What chapter is this? Y'all know I love you, family. You know I do. Well, oh my goodness. We've been here before with some of
Numbers. With numbers, we was in there, right?
what well numbers was all right, but when we was doing Ezra, oh my goodness. That one was putting a hurting on me. Um and there was a couple other ones that trying to pronounce some of the names. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm trying to cut on through here because these names of these cities, I'm definitely going to have to sit here and say, family, we're going to have to do some independent study and apply some of these names here. So when you put all this into perspective, right, and start looking here, look, see, there's 8 people left in the chat. Tell me that. See, you can't tell me that this didn't put a hurting on some other people. Like, man, I'm not even sticking around, bro. See, look, but hey, I'm with you. I'm so with you. Yes, looks like Joshua was detailed with these names. Show no, that's right, homework. Look, now we down to 7 people. I can't blame y'all. I can't blame them. I really can't. I love them. I love all y'all family, so I get it. We're gonna have to find a good spot that we can pick back up. And the Jebusite dwelt in Jerusalem, and the children of Yehuda could not destroy them. And the Jebusites dwelt in Jerusalem to this day. And the borders of the children of Joseph were from Jordan by Jericho eastward, and they will go up from Jericho to the hill country, to the wilderness, to Bathael, Luzah. So this is another thing, a telltale mess up, that we didn't kick out the Jebusite. We didn't fully destroy them. I remember listening to this on my Bible app like almost a year ago. And like, I already knew once it came time to go through some of these cities, I was like, oh man, y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. All right. So keep in mind, not just the Jebusites, but we have other nations that we did not fully inherit out of the land. So these nations eventually will come back to do us a whole lot of harm, meaning we end up mixing with them. We end up going into captivity to some of them. Well, at least the Moabites, definitely. Because of not putting them to utter destruction. All right. So trying to get to another spot that we can continue reading without going through so many names that are so hard to pronounce. So I want to make this study good for y'all, but well worth it. It's still needed for studying to know there are keys in those names. Yes, that's true. This is how we find out information that is hidden from the masses. That's true. That's very, very true. And I appreciate you, brother Mikael Jukes Harris. All right. So But these are definitely names of locations that we need to go back through in a homework study, and I encourage that study. Um, and these are also names of nations who we end up needing to know about that are a part of the whole Psalm 83 agenda. All right. And the city separated to the sons of Ephraim were in the midst of the inheritance of the sons of Manasseh, all their cities and villages. And Ephraim did not destroy the Canaanite who dwelt in Gazer. So there's another one. And the Canaanite dwelt in Ephraim until this day, until Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, went up and took it and burned it with fire. And the Canaanites and Perizzites and the dwellers of Gaza, they destroyed, and Pharaoh gave them for a dowry to his daughter. And the borders of the tribe of the children of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, assigned to Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, for he was a warrior, were in the land of Gilead and of Bashan. And there was land assigned to the other sons of Manasseh, according to their families, to the sons of Yazi, and the sons of Kelez, to the sons of Jaziel or Yaziel, and to the sons of Sachem, and to the sons of Samarim, and the sons of Ophir. These were the males according to their families. So I would definitely, man, family. I'm feeling that conviction, family. Just keeping all right normal with you. That's why I'm going back up. So, yeah, I'm going to go back up a little bit and see what sticks right on out. Because there are nations inside here.
Read that and just when you get to it, just get to a name, just skip over it.
Well, this is what I'm essentially
People
what I'm trying to do.
They're supposed to be following.
Right, but that's essentially what I'm trying to do, back. So there's a whole lot of names that I'm trying to avoid in the reading part, but I want to make sure when it stands out as far as nations of people that we were supposed to get out of the land, that did not happen when we didn't follow through with what the Most High told us to do. These are some of the parts that I'm trying to at least make sure I highlight, so that way when we get to the book of Judges, it's not completely foreign information. And I know a lot of y'all feel me when I'm saying that, because we're having right around here. So this is where we kind of started to kind of veer off from reading a bunch of names. So let's just skim down through 29 cities and their villages. It's part of the inheritance of the children of Judah. And in the plain country, we have a lot more of these cities. And I'm trying to pay attention to a nation, because some of these cities is like really, 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 I'm wreaking havoc when pronouncing their names. All right. So, all right, Gaza.
Well, I think you're being responsible, because the reality is that you don't even know if you're pronouncing them. Right?
That's true.
You don't want to leave nobody wrong.
Facts. I'm not trying to.
You don't know this language.
Right. And this is also a Grecian dialect of some of these names, which is making it that much harder to pronounce them. So, all right. So we didn't miss a whole lot. We just didn't pronounce a bunch of names. And so as we keep on going down through, so we really didn't miss a whole bunch of of nations. So right here, when it talks about the two cities and their villages, and these right here, nations that I definitely cannot pronounce. And then right here it's saying that in these seven cities are cities that the Jebusites dwelled in. And it said, and the Jebusite dwelt in Jerusalem, and the children of Yehuda could not destroy them. And the Jebusites dwell in Jerusalem to this day. So we really didn't miss a whole bunch, besides a bunch of cities or a bunch of names of cities where some of these Jebusites dwelt in. All right. And so, in the borders of the children of Joseph were from the Jordan by Jericho eastward, and they will go up from Jericho to the hill country, to the wilderness of Bethel, Luzah, and they will go out to Bethel, and will proceed to the borders of this one right here that I'm not going to slaughter, and they will go across to the sea of the borders of Abtalim, as far as the borders of Batharan, the lower, and the going forth of them shall be to the sea. And the sons of Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh, took their inheritance. And the borders of the children of Ephraim were according to their families, and the borders of their inheritance was eastward to Ataroth and Arak, as far as Betharon, the upper, and Gazarah. And the borders will proceed to the sea to Ekasman, north of Therma. They will go round eastward to Thanasa and Seles, and will pass on eastward to Janoka and to Mako and Ataroth. And these are their villages, and they will come to Jericho and will issue at Jordan. And the borders will proceed from Tapho to the sea of Kalakana, and their termination will be at the sea. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Ephraim according to their families. And the cities separated to the sons of Ephraim were in the midst of the inheritance of the sons of Manasseh. All the cities and their villages. Let's see here. And Ephraim did not destroy the Canaanite who dwelt in Gazir. And the Canaanite dwelt in Ephraim until this day, until Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, went up and took it and burned it with fire. And the Canaanites and Perizzites, or Pharizzites, and the dwellers in Gaza, they destroyed. And Pharaoh gave them for a dowry to his daughter. So, real quick, family, we see where there are two other nations, these Perizzites and Canaanites, that were supposed to be kicked out the land, were not fully kicked out the land. So we're starting to also see a little bit of a domino effect of sympathy, whereas, we weren't supposed to be showing sympathy to these nations. And so once it started with one, it started domino affecting throughout the nation of Yasharal, throughout our ancestors, to where we didn't fully put these nations out of the land that we were supposed to put them out of. So let's pick it right back on up. And the borders of the tribe of the children of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, assigned to Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, for he was a warrior, were in the land of Gilead and Bashan. And there was land assigned to the other sons of Manasseh according to their families, to the sons of Yazi or Yezi, and to the sons of Kalaz, and to the sons of Yaziel, and to the sons of Sychem, and to the sons of Semarim, and to the sons of Ophir. These are the males according to their families. So scoot this on over. And Salpaad, the sons of Ophir, had no sons but daughters. And these are the names of the daughters of Salpaad. Right. Ma'alah, and Nuah, and Eglah, and Meklah and Teresa or Thirsa. And they stood before Eleazar the priest and before Joshua and before the rulers, saying, Elohim gave a charge by the hand of Mashah to give us an inheritance in the midst of our brethren. So there was given to them by the command of Yahuwah an inheritance among the brethren of their father. And their lot fell to them from Anasa and to the plain of Labek of the land of Gilead, which is beyond Jordan. For the daughters of the sons of Manasseh inherited a portion in the midst of their brethren, in the land of Galiad or Galaad, and was assigned to the remainder of the sons of Manasseh. And the borders of the sons of Manasseh were Dalanath, which is before the sons of Anath, and it proceeds to the borders even to Yamin and Yasib, Yamin, and Yasib, to the fountain of Thaphathath. It shall belong to Manasseh, and Thapheth on the borders of Manasseh shall belong to the sons of Ephraim, and the border shall go down to the valley of Karana, southward by the valley of Yareel. This is a turpentine tree belonging to Ephraim between that and the city of Manasseh. So I'm supposing this has got to be of some importance right here. That's why it's in parentheses. There is a turpentine tree belonging to Ephraim between that and the city of Manasseh. And the borders of Manasseh are northward to the brook, and the sea shall be its termination. Southward the land belongs to Ephraim, and northward to Manasseh, and the sea shall be their coast. And the northward they shall border upon Aseb, and eastward upon Issachar. And Manasseh shall have the portion of Issachar, and Asar, Bathasan are their villages, and the inhabitants of Dor and its villages, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villages, and the third part of Matheda and its villages. And the sons of Manasseh were not able to destroy these cities, and the Canaanite began to dwell in that land. So here again, we get where these Canaanites are not put out of the land. Mikael says, I believe Ephraim was head of Samaria, the 9.5 tribes, and Judah was the head of Jerusalem and the 2.5 tribes. I think that's true. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel were strong, they made the Canaanites subject, but they did not utterly destroy them. See, this is another mistake. This is another reason why we go through these books. So not only see what the Most High promised us in good, but to see where our ancestors went wrong at, so we don't repeat their mistakes. So when it's time to go back into the land and re-inherit the land, that we do it properly, that we do it the way the Most High tells us to do it, by re-inheriting the land, and not to keep nations around that ain't supposed to be around. And I hope that makes good sense to y'all. So that way we're not repeating the mistakes of our ancestors. And the sons of Joseph answered Joshua, saying, Wherefore hast thou caused us to inherit one inheritance and one line? Whereas I am a great people, and Elohim has blessed me. And Joshua said to them, If thou be a great people, go up to the forest and clear the land for thyself. If Mount Ephraim be too little for thee. And they said, the Mount of Ephraim does not please us. And the Canaanite dwelling in it, and Bethasan, and in its villages, and in the valley of Yezreel, has choice cavalry and iron. So they made an excuse. They made an excuse. And Joshua said to the sons of Joseph, if thou art a great people and hast great strength, thou shalt not have only one inheritance, for thou shalt have the wood, for there is a wood, and thou shalt clear it, and the land shall be thine, even when thou shalt have utterly destroyed the Canaanite, for he has chosen cavalry, yet thou art stronger than he. And all the congregation of the children of Yasharal were assembled at Selo, and there they pitched the tabernacle of witness, and the land was subdued by them. See, this is the part where I have to remind that as a nation, when we crossed the River Jordan, as a nation, the plan was for all of us to inherit every single bit of the land first and then divide it up. But what are we seeing right here, family? What we're seeing is the fact that we didn't follow through with that. We didn't follow through with every bit of us, every tribe of us going through each parts of the land and properly inheriting the land, and then divvying the land back up by casting the lots of whose land is going to be whose. So let's keep it moving. Chapter 18. And the sons of Yasharal remained even, those who had not received their inheritance, 7 tribes that did not receive their inheritance. So here's lining right up what I just got done saying. They getting to the point that where since Joshua was got old, because they've been inheriting the land for so long and going to war for so many years. Now Joshua was getting old. And right here, look. And Joshua said to the sons of Yasharal, how long will ye be slack to inherit the land which Yahuwah our Elohim has given you? Shalom, Auntie Lamira. Good seeing you, Auntie. Definitely, definitely. So right here, Joshua said to the sons of Yasharal, how long will y'all be slack to inherit the land which Yahuwah our Elohim has given you? Appoint of yourselves 3 men of each tribe, and let them rise up and go through the land, and let them describe it before me, as it will be proper to divide it. And they came to him, and he divided to them 7 portions, saying, Yehudah shall stand to them a border southward, and the sons of Joseph shall stand to them northward. And do ye divide the land into 7 parts, and bring the description hither to me, and I will give you a lot before Yahuwah our Elohim. So the plan was supposed to be, look, I'm going to go ahead and make it contemporary for you, family. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So just like when Mashah was alive and sent spies into the land to describe the land, come back and give me the same report. Give me a report of the land so where I can go ahead and give y'all the battle plan. That's what we were supposed to have been doing to every single land that we went to go inherit. Would have send spies into the land, so where we knew the layout of the land, knew what to expect, go on in, take them out, inherit the land, move on to the next. And on to the next, and on to the next. Rinse and repeat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the plan. That's what we were supposed to have been doing. But that's not what we ended up doing. That's not what our ancestors did. So, verse 7, for the sons of Levi have no part among you, for the priesthood of Yahuwah is his portion. And Gad and Reuben and the half tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond Jordan eastward, which Mashah, the servant of Yahuwah, gave to them. And the men rose up and went, and Joshua charged the men who went to explore the land, saying, go and explore the land, and come to me, and I will bring you forth a lot here before Yahuwah at Selo. And they went and explored the land, and they viewed it and described it according to the cities, 7 parts in a book, and brought the book to Joshua. And Joshua cast a lot for them in Selo before Yahuwah. And the lot of the tribe of Benjamin came forth first according to their families. And the borders of their lot came forth between the children of Yehudah and the children of Joseph. And their borders were northward. The borders shall go up from Jordan behind Jericho northward, and shall go up to the mountain westward. And the issue of it shall be Bathayan Mabdara. And the borders will go forth thence to Luz, or Luz, behind Luz, from the south of it. This is Bathel. And the borders shall go down to Ma'ah Trob, Arek, to the hill country, which is southward of Batharan, the lower. And the borders shall pass through and proceed to the part that looks toward the sea on the south, from the mountain in front of Batharan, southward. And its termination shall be at Kariath Baal. This is Kariath Yarin, a city of the children of Yehudah. This is the part toward the west. See, once again, family, I encourage us to go back in and look at some of these things. And I guarantee the more and more you look around through some of these names, that little strip of land no bigger than New Jersey, you're going to realize that there's just no way that these cities can land right in there, or could be right in there. You're going to find that these cities are in mainland Africa. And the south side on the part of Kariath Baal, and the borders shall go across to Gazin, to the fountain of the water of Naphtho. And the borders shall extend down on one side. This is in front of the forest of Sonam, which is on the side of Emek, Raphaim, northward. And it shall come down to, oh my goodness, if I didn't know no better, family, I'm going to highlight that. What do y'all see that as? For real, what do y'all see that as? What would you pronounce that word as, family?
Oh, Guyana. Let's say Ghana.
Yes. See, I know we're on a little bit of a delay, so I do get it. But that looks like another way to spell Ghana. So that's what I'm saying, family. Like, behind Yebusai, southward, it shall come down to the fountain of Rogel. and the borders shall go across to the fountain of Bath Samis, and shall proceed to Galiloth, which is in front by the going up of Athamin, and they shall come down to the stone of Bayon on the of the sons of Reuben, and they shall pass over behind Betharabah northward, and shall go down to the borders behind the sea northward. And the termination of the borders shall be at the creek of the salt sea northward, to the side of Jordan southward. These are their southern borders. That's right, Mikael, Ghana. And Jordan shall be their boundary on the east. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin. These are their borders, round about according to their families. And the cities of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Bathayago, and Amecasis, and Bethabara, and Sarah, and Basana, and Aon, and Farah, and Ephrathah, and Karapha, and Sephirah, and Moni, and Gabaa, 12 cities and their villages. There it is. There you go, essential growth. Oh, right there. Gabaon. There's Gabon right there. And Ramah, and Baratha, and Masama, and Maran, and Amok, and Phira, and Kafan, and Nakan, and Selakan, Tharela, and Yabus. This is Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Let me see here. I'm just looking. Oh my goodness, family. I got to show you. Because you know I had to do it, right? So we already know there's no J in the Hebraic language. So instead of Jabus, or I did Yabus. And where is that? There's Ethiopia. And there it is. And they're saying this is in the Sudan. I mean, I'm just saying, family. I'm just saying. And, you know, sometimes just take a quick moment. Just take a quick moment. All right. So, Shalom to you always, Auntie Cam 2 player. All right. So, right here. And Jebus or Yabus, this is Jerusalem. And Gabaoth, Yarim, 13 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the sons of Benjamin, according to their families. And the second lot came out of the children of Simeon, and their inheritance was in the midst of the lots of the children of Judah. And their lot was Beersheba, or Bera Sabi, which would have been Beersheba, and Sama'a, and Kaladam, and Arsola, oh my goodness, and Bola, and why does it say in Jason right here, or Jason or Yason? Let me look. Look, family. Share screen with y'all again. You see what I put in there? Yason. Wait, where did we get that at? Yason Schools, Yason Diaper Shop, right here. Look. You got two different places. I mean, I'm just saying, when you take the J away and you put the Y there as it normally would have been, or I'm just curious. Yasan Academy, Yasan Aventos, Yasan here. Where is that? They're saying that's all the way over here though. Interesting. I'm just saying. Very interesting. I just encourage y'all to do stuff like that every now and again. You know? Oh. Here we go. Back to the scriptures. All right. So their lot was Beersheba and Sama'a and Kaladam and Arsola and Bola and Yasan and Erthula and Beulah and Herma and Sekalak, and I'm not going to butcher that one. I'm not going to butcher these 4 cities and their villages round about their cities as far as Balek. Move out the way. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families. The inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon was a part of the lot of Judah, for the portion of the children of Judah was greater than theirs, and the children of Simeon inherited in the midst of their lot. And the third lot came out to Zebulun, according to their families. And the bounds of their inheritance shall be, I'm not going to butcher that, and that shall be their border in the sea of Magelda, and it shall reach to Batharaba. So I would actually encourage looking at Magelda and the sea, because once again, like it's just so ironic how they want to call these itty bitty little lakes seas, and they're not big enough to be called a sea, right? So, and it shall reach to Batharaba in the valley, which is opposite of Yakman. Now I got to take a look at that. Mm, that didn't quite come out the way that I thought it was going to. Just keep it normal with you. Let me respell it. Oh, that really didn't come out the way I thought it was going to. Oh, I see now that didn't even come out right at all. Sheesh. Let's see here. Surely. Now, see, I tried to respell it just the way it was in scripture, and it didn't pop up as nowhere near anywhere in there. So let's keep moving. Yeah, I tried to spell this Jackman right here, and that didn't pop up at all. I tried to spell it as Yakman, Yekman. Nothing, nothing of how I spelled this, even like this, didn't it? Nothing popped up, family. So, in the border return from, it looks like seduce to me, in a contrary direction eastward from this one that I'm not going to butcher to the borders of this one that I'm definitely not going to butcher, and shall pass to Dabaroth, and shall proceed upward to Fangai, and thence it shall come round in the opposite direction eastward to Gebir or Geberi, to the city of Katasim, and shall go on to looks like Ramona, and I'm not going to butcher that. And the border shall come round northward to Amath, and their going out shall be to Gaphael, and to Katanath, and Nabaal, and Simun. Just makes me feel like coming to America, Samunda, and Jericho, and Bathaman. This is the inheritance.
Baphomet?
Yeah, Bathman right here. And this is the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Zebulun, according to their families, these cities and their villages. And the fourth lot came to Issachar, and their borders were Yazel. It says Jazel, but that would be Yazel. So let's take a quick little look. Interesting. Let me show you what I saw, or what I found on that one. So Yazel, interesting, right? Just checking. Just saying, family, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And we do this just the way it's spelled to Jazel. Interesting. Interesting. Just saying, interesting. Let's get back to the scriptures. All right. So, um, and their borders were Jazel and Kasaloth and Sunam and Agin and Siona and what's that? Rekroth. Oh my goodness. And Anakareth and let's see here. Dabron and Kisan and Rebez and Ramas and Yaon and Toman and Amarek and Bersaphes. And the boundaries shall border upon Gothbor and upon Salim or Salem. Salim,
So excuse me.
yes.
Is it possible that these names are not right because this is Greek?
Well, they're not all exactly like Greek, but you can see a Grecian twist on some of these things.
Right, but that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like for the English, like the English Bibles, they like change the names.
oh, they all changed the names.
So like when you're looking up cities, you think those would be accurate?
Well, let's see here. This is what, chapter 19 down here. 19, and I want to say 19. Okay, so Joshua, I'm looking at the KJV right quick, family. Just look at some of these. So, chapter 19 and verse. All right. Yep. Issachar, Jezreel. Yeah, see, this Rebez, that comes out as Rebith, and Kashion or Kishion and Abez. Yeah, see, these definitely don't don't look the same when you read it from the KJV versus the Septuagint. They don't have that Grecian twist on them. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's definitely a little bit more of a relief that when you're reading it from the KJV, some of these cities they're not as hard to pronounce. I mean, they're not like great, but they're just not as hard to pronounce.
Yeah, that probably means none of them is accurate though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. I mean, I would still definitely compare like from the KJV to like the Strong's Concordance or the
But this one
the
had to one up
interlinear.
Ghana.
Huh? Oh yeah, it did. Absolutely did. And so let me see here. I'm gonna slide back up to where we saw what looked to be like Ghana.
GANN. I think it's double A and stuff like that.
Right. This is in the land that Simeon had inherited. And a lot came to Simeon. Just to make sure, right quick. All right. Mm, Might got to go back up a little further. All right, let's go back on upward. Almost feeling like I went a little too far upward. It was like right in the middle of the screen, though. Let's go back on down. I'm trying to find, for those of y'all that are just joining back on in or coming on in for the first time, we thought we had came across a city name that looked very, very too similar to Ghana. And so I'm trying to re-find it again in this Greek Septuagint that we're reading from, and then kind of match it up to the KJV. There it is. There it is. This is in verse 16 of what chapter? Go to the top of the page. Chapter 18. So, right here. That's the word that looks so much like Ghana as it is. And let's see here. What verse is that? Verse 16. Side up and shall come down to. Now, in the KJV, it says the Valley of Hinnom, Valley of Giants on the north, and descended to the Valley of Hinnom, the side of Jebusi on the south, and ascended to En Rogel. So it opts clean out of this word, period. It just says it doesn't even actually word anywhere near the same. So that's interesting, family. Interesting. So let's get back to where we was at, though. Yeah, because we was right up in here because of some of these different words, some of these different city names right here. Let me go and put this KJV down. Let's see where we're at, family. Okay, so and the boundaries shall border upon Gathbar up to Salim, westward, and Bethany, and the extremity of his bounds shall be Jordan. it's crazy how almost everybody's bounds is at River Jordan, and that little lake that they call a sea right about there is pretty interesting. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar according to their families, the cities of their villages. And the fifth lot came out to Ashur according to their families. And their borders were this right here that I'm not going to butcher, and Aleph, and Bathak, and Kaf, or Kaef, or Kiaf, Elimelech, and Amiel, and Maasa, and the lot will border on Carmel westward, and on Sion, and Labnaath, and it will return westward from this one that I'm not going to butcher, and will join Zebulun and Guy and Tha northwards, and the borders will come to this one that I'm definitely not going to butcher because I can't make heads or tails out of this A and E, and then the B, A, and E. That's some wildness right there. And we'll go to this one that I'm not going to butcher as well. This is that Grecian dialect that they're throwing on these names, and it does really, really wreak havoc on trying to. I'm trying to read this, and Carissa Reed is like, right? It's like saying my brother Numsi. I got this from the Golden Child. My dear sweet brother Noopsie. All phrases. Get a little comedy out of this one. All right. So let's see here. And the border shall turn back to Ramah and to the fountain of Maspa Sa'at, and to the Tyrians, and the border shall return to Yasif, and their going forth shall be the sea, and Apoleb, and Akazib, and Arkab, and Afek, and Ra'u. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Asher, according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the sixth lot came out to Naphtali, and their borders were Molam, and Mola, and Basmain, and Armi, and Nabak, and this one that I'm not going to butcher, as far as Dodam, and their goings out were Jordan, and the coast will return westward by. All right, so once again, family, look. How many times did everybody's border, they bordered Jordan? Everybody. From Jordan to the sea, from Jordan to the sea, from Jordan to this salt sea. I mean, you're wilding. They are really, 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 really wilding right about now. So, and the coasts will return westward by Athabor, and will go out thence to Yakana, and will border on Zebulun southward, and Asher will join it westward, and Jordan eastward. And the walled cities of the Tyrians, Tyr, and this one right here that I'm not going to be able to pronounce that one, and Kinnereth, and Armaeth, and Ariel, and Ashur, and Sades, and Asarai, and the well of Ashur, and Kero, and Megalarum, and Bathami, and this one, Thessamis. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali. And the seventh lot came out to Dan, and their borders were Sarath and Asa, and the cities of Samaus and Salamin, right here, and Ammon and Salatha and Elon and Thamnatha, Akaran and Akatha and Begathon and Gebelon and Azar and this one right here, that Benabacat, that just doesn't even sound right. But who am I? And Gethramon and westward and Heracon. The border was near to Joppa or Joppa. Shout out to Eshawn Burgundy, he did an album called Joppa or Joppa. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families. These are their cities and their villages, and the children of Dan did not drive out the Amorite who afflicted them in the mountain, and the Amorite would not suffer them to come down into the valley, but they forcibly took from them the border of their portion. So once again, we see another where we did not properly inherit the land. We didn't stay with the game plan, right? Like I'm looking down, like Lake Victoria is the largest and salty. All right. But I got Carissa Reed down here busting up all kinds of laughs and jokes. And I get it, though. It's all good. It's all good. So look, like, once again, family, we see that we didn't stick to the script. We didn't stick to the plan whatsoever. And once again, the plan was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You send spies into the land. They come back with the report of the land. And as a nation, we go in and wipe everybody out, take what spoil we're supposed to take of the spoils. And then after we move on to the next one, so that way we're not surrounded by nobody, then after we let our women and children stick around there, and we'll eventually come back. We divvy up the land by leaving our women and children in those lands. And we continue to push on and move on. So therefore, we can just keep on inheriting the land. But we didn't stick to the script. People got comfortable on their own land and was like, nah, I'm good here. Y'all go ahead and keep on moving.
What that sounds like.
Right. That sounds like some being in this land right about now. Talking about I'm good here. Y'all keep on moving. Y'all. I mean, we'll meet up during the festivals. Like, stop playing. That was not the plan. So we're seeing how by not sticking to the plan that the Most High set for us to do in inheritance in the land, we have another Amorite, Canaanite, Jebusite, Perizzite, another nation that did not get wiped out of the land that we were supposed to be inheriting because we didn't stick to the script. This is why we're going through these books. So, and the sons of Dan went and fought against Lachish and took it and smote it with the edge of the sword. And they dwelt in it and called the name of it Lazan Dan or Lazan Dan. And the Amorite continued to dwell in Edom and in Salamin, and the hand of Ephraim prevailed against them, and they became tributaries to them. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan, to have these Amorites being tributaries to them. The Most High told us when we go in to inherit the land, make no covenant with these people. All right? So remember that, family. I know we've tried to go through some of these names of these cities and whatnot, and it's taking a little bit of time. But the overall message is we got to stick to the plan that the Most High gives us. Don't depart from His word. Because when we departed from His word, our ancestors did not kick these Amorites out. They didn't kick out certain parasites. They couldn't kick out certain Canaanites because they didn't stick to the script. So let's keep moving. And they proceeded to take possession of the land according to their borders. And the children of Yasharal gave an inheritance to Joshua, the son of Naú, or the son of Nun, among them. By the command of Elohim, they gave him the city which he asked for, which Thamnah Sarak, which is in the mount of Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt in it. These are the divisions which Eleazar the priest divided by lot, and Joshua the son of Nun, or the son of Naú, right here, and the heads of the families among the tribes of Yasharal, according to the lots in Selo, before Yahuwah, the doors of the tabernacle of testimony. And they went to take possession of the land. And Yahuwah spoke to Joshua, saying, speak to the children of Yasharal, saying, assign the cities of refuge which I spoke to you by Mashah, even a refuge to the slayer who has smitten a man unintentionally. And the cities shall be to you a refuge, and the slayer shall not be put to death by the avenger of blood, until he have stood before the congregation for judgment. And Joshua separated Sades in Galilee, in the mount of Naphtali, and Shechem in the mount of Ephraim, in the city of Arabach. This is Hebron, in the mountain of Yehuda. And beyond Jordan, he appointed Bosor in the wilderness, in the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, in Aramoth, in Gilead, out of the tribe of Gad, and Galan, in the country of Bashan, out of the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities selected for the sons of Yasharal and for the stranger abiding among them, that everyone who smites a soul unintentionally should flee thither, that he should not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he should stand before the congregation for judgment. And the heads of the families of the sons of Levi drew near to Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, or the son of Naú, and the heads of the families of the tribes of Yasharal. Oh, actually, let's kind of stop like right about here. Where are we at in this? We are at 21, chapter 21. And if y'all are seeing on the side over here, we don't have a whole lot of too much left to go. (22), 23. Oh yeah, that's the last page right there. So yeah, we could finish this off next week. All right. So I'm sorry to say that brothers straight like that end up having to dip. Let me see. So I got to drop off, family. So I understand. I do understand. So, family, I hope that for those of y'all that have been sticking around since the very, very beginning, I know this was pretty long and drawn out with all these names and such, but that's how scripture always goes when we get to all these names of these cities or names of families and and things of that nation are hard to pronounce, you know. And I very much appreciate y'all for sticking around, you know, and even some of y'all that came back. But still killing me with this. It's like saying my brother Noomsi. Oh goodness. All right, so family, if you can, you will. Let's go ahead and bow our heads and go ahead and pray on out. We got some good music for y'all, and I hope y'all stick around for it. I don't got a bunch of brand new music just yet. I've had a little bit of a busy week as far as like just either relaxing for a minute, and no real new music has came on out.
Yeah, relaxing, catching up on sleep.
Yeah, that too, catching up on sleep, because I've been definitely needing it. They are the lineage. I get it. I definitely get it. All right, so let's go ahead and pray on out, though, family. Abu Most High of Yasharah, we thank you for this day. Most High of Abaraham, Yatasak, and Yaquab, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within. Yahweh, Sabah, Awad. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this Bible study. Thank you for everybody that's paid attention all the way through. Thanking you for the conviction to have me go back and at least skim through some of these names. Even though I did not read every single name, I thank you for the conviction to go back and at least try to make sure we stayed consistent with the actual scripture of importance of where our ancestors went wrong at, so we don't repeat these mistakes, Abba. I thank you for this conviction to hold me accountable to actually do a much better job of what it is I'm supposed to be doing in this reading in the first place. I ask for your forgiveness, Abba, if I didn't complete enough, if I didn't read enough, if I didn't do a good enough job. I ask for your forgiveness, Abba. And Abba, I ask that you give us all the spirit of study to look into some of these names and these places that we did go over, and even the places in which we didn't go over. I pray that you'll give us this spirit of study to show ourselves approved to go back in and look at these names so we can understand where the true land is. So that way we're not fooled by the lies of the heathen telling us where the fake land is, but where the real land is. Because they renamed things and they changed the names of places to keep us in the dark. So that way they would fulfill Psalms 83 of making us never to be a nation ever again. And not only that, but keeping us blind to who we are and where we belong. We lay all these things upon your feet, Abba. In Yahweh Shah, holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah. All right, so let's see here. The first song I want to bring to y'all is a song from Lorvins that we haven't got a chance to listen to on here yet, and it's called The Firmament. Hallelujah, Aman, and Aman. Fort Antonia. Okay. Might take a look into that one. Definitely take a look into that one. All right, so we're going to go into this first song by Lorvins called The Firmament. And another song, I believe this one is from Imanan Yasharala called The Lesson. And then we got a couple other tracks that we definitely want to go ahead and pull on up. Aminah. All right, so let's get it, family.
see your handiwork in the expenses, the firmament, where it all goes down. Melanated people struggling, they looking for hope. So many resort to selling dope, 'cause it's all that they know. In this life, we all have a purpose. Our days are nothing but like the dust in the wind. We know not where it comes from, but we can feel how it touches our face. It's guiding our direction to choose right from wrong. So many feel as though they don't belong. They've been going through their journey all along. If you can hear this, it's not too late. Just say the word, there's power in it. There's nothing too hard for Abba. I see your handiwork. Look at the universe and the expanses, the open sky, the firmament, yeah, where it all goes down. Just like melanated people struggle, they looking for hope. So many resort to selling dope, 'cause it's all that they know.
I know it seems bleak, but you are not alone in your circumstance. So pick your head up, down in the firmament. Heard of it? Spiritual depiction like a skid row, and melanated people get the bottom of the totem pole. But don't you fear, there's a promise that your worries and your cries don't fall down on deaf ears. Even though we got our hands up and knees on our neck, we have overcame the conqueror, 'cause power's in his name. So brother, put the dope down, king, pick your culture up. And if you got a queen on your side, that's a double up of power. They can deny that Abba-Yah's is yours and you're in him where Torah begins. Let the prayer in my lyricism give you the strength to push on till we home, never voided up the mission. I'm here to tell you, brother, 'cause if you didn't know, just to make it out of firmament, the greatest story ever told.
I see your handiwork.
I see your handiwork
in the expanses,
yeah,
the firmament, where it all goes down. Melanated people struggling,
we struggling.
They looking for hope.
Yeah.
So many resort to selling dope,
selling that dope,
'cause it's all that they know. I know that we've been dealt a bad hand. You gotta do the best you can. Satan's trying to stop the plan, but first it starts within yourself. Don't give away your wealth. Take your place like the priest that you are. I see your handiwork.
See your handiwork
in the expanses, the firmament, the firmament. Who knows the breath of it? Where it all goes down. Melanated people struggling, they looking for hope, but we got hope. So many resort to selling dope, 'cause it's all that they know. We look up and we praise your name, yeah. You are hope, our great hope. Hey, hey.
Yahuwah, I need you. Without you, I can't make it. I don't know what you have destined for me. I'm not sure if I can face it. Nevertheless, I am willing to serve you. Nevertheless, I'm willing to lay my life down as a living sacrifice. Just let me know. Send me and I will go. Send me and I will go. Yeah. Teach me your way. Show me the way. Teach us your way. Show us the way. Yeah. Teach me your way. Show me the way. Teach us your way, show us the way, yeah. Show me the way, show me the way you will I worship you? How will I worship you? Teach me your law, teach me your Torah. Give me the gospel, give me the Torah. Set my spirit on fire, menorah. Without you, I won't go before you. No, teach me your way. Teach us the way. Show me the way. Show us the way. Yeah. Show us the way. Show me your ways. Yeah. Show me the way. I follow your way. Follow your way. Teach me your way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Teach us your way. Show us the way. Yeah. Teach us your way. Teach me your way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Teach us your way. Show us the way. Yeah. Ooh, I can't do this on my own. I need you, Father, to direct me and guide me. Oh, I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. I need you, yeah, to teach me a way, to teach me a way, yeah. Teach me a way, praise ya, he make a way out of no way. Ooh.
And it happened. Alexander the Greek took the earth like a captain. Killed the king of Persia, caught him slipping like he napping. The whole earth quiet before this man, he had power. Winning all them wars, lift his heart up like a tower. Then he got sick, called his men, split the kingdom. Crimes upon their head, but they multiplied evil. Wicked Israelites made a covenant with heathens. They doing the same thing right now, I can't believe them. Gentiles had them scared, Antiochus took Egypt. Next stop Jerusalem, he about to test the people. They took the showbread, golden altar, and menorah. All of this keep happening cause we keep breaking Torah. Antiochus went back to his lane with to celebrate. 2 years later he put fire to them heaven gates. Burnt Jerusalem down, took out women and he made them slaves. Letter from the king, everybody want people. So if you follow laws that ain't the king's, you better leave them. But if we leave our laws, then our God gon' leave us. Many Israelites went to Father when they heeded, sacrificing swine on the altar, stopping us from doing the burnt and the drink offering, profaning the Sabbath, knowing that it's gon' cost us. If we don't do these laws, it gon' cost us. But the spirit of Maccabees, if you wanna keep these laws and commandments, follow me. The spirit of Maccabees. If you wanna keep the laws and commandments, follow me. Yeah, hey, ain't no time for compromise. Need to show thyself a man. The heathens doing the same tricks, they bout to do it all again. We going to war on Shabbat, tell the heathens we ain't playing. If you serious about them laws, out together we can stand. Don't be scared of the multitude, he go intervene. It ain't about the numbers, about power from Shemaim. Allah, Allah, Bahadam, Allah with the Malakim. Power in the blood, power with the mighty king. Back to the story, they want war out the war. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. Ash upon their heads and they even ripped their gum. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. So they dedicate the sanctuary, build new altars. It might not be perfect, but we still keeping our culture. Go get that menorah, put them lights up in that temple. About to give them praise for everything we done been through. The feast of dedication.
Yeah. About to talk that talk. That righteous talk. Yeah. We got that. Oh yeah, man. We got that light. We in the fight. I'm in the day. We up all night. He changed my life. He fixed my height. Now I'm boarding. He changed my flight. We got that. Oh yeah, we coming with might. We going to war. Yeah, we coming with Christ. This is my life. Nah, yeah, this is my life. Can't go back. Nah, devil, chill, you ain't my type. Nah, yeah, you ain't my type. Nah. You so toxic, ruin my vibe. Tryna take everlasting life. I'm tryna spend forever with Christ. I'm tryna go, but you gotta give. I'm about to pray, I gotta slay, gotta obey. We gotta stay winning. That's right. From sinning. Challenge things, let go, no kidding. Not how you start, but how you gon' finish. Getting the whole world is gon' diminish. Sister, why you acting so meanish? Gotta be on the feminine. Grab that holy gentleman. That light, they can't help but notice it. I'm on that light like a candlestick. Got a whole lot of bling, yeah. That's the spirit in me, yeah. Watch a demon like you watch a dog. I promise that he gon' feed. Satan, get from behind me. We tryna walk, you sliding your feet. If you a soldier, go hide. We got that. Oh yeah, man, we got that light. We in the fight. I'm in the day. We up all night. He changed my life. He fixed my height. Now I'm boarding. He changed my flight. Got that. Oh yeah, we coming with might. We going to war. Yeah, we coming with Christ. This is my life. Nah, yeah, this is my life. Can't go back. Nah, devil, chill. You ain't my type.
God keep blessing me, man. His name is the Hype. He blessed. Look. I ain't gotta have money brains to consider him blessing me. Cause even in midst of necessities, more on my lessons, you consider lost, but we learn how to manage and that make us boss. Happy for bones when you raise with them dogs. Fight for your food with no spoon in your mouth. Hard on the track cause Hebrews can't go sober. Yeah, I can go on, but now let me go on. Woke up this morning, took a deep breath. Hit a knee and thank her for my reset. You ever took a shower with no heat black? What about hamburger helper with no meat at? Now you saying we as people gotta seek that. For remission of his sins, yeah, I need that. He showed us we were sinning, so I'm already winning. Cause I'm lucky he ain't done away with me yet. See a lot of boys say that they fearing, but they conscience ain't serious, they ain't serious. Think they hot boy now cause they got bling blow, but he will put you out like a cigarette. Tribulation, that add experience, and the patience come with experience. And that add hope, you ashamed now, no, cause your testimony make it teary. And with the perfect love, you ain't scary. You proclaim that truth, let them hear it. People legally blind, show them signs of the time, so you see it, they looking like barely. I'm blessed that I talk and they listen. Grace by this time, so I must pay attention. Now the end time's here, but our salvation near, so I'm blessed. We ain't need much trip.
Yeah, he blessing me. Ooh, yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, I got eyes to see, I got feet to move, I got ears to hear. I'm not destitute. He keep blessing me with my necessities, and I'm giving thanks. Told me you should. Yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, woke me up this morning straight rectitude, and I'm giving praises. I face the ruin, my path to learn faith ethical, and I'm scrupulous with the things I do. I've been woke, I ain't liking no rest. She done follow me out of my grave, I'm renewed in the spirit, so I'm dead to the flesh. Put a pot in your head for my people. Told Ezekiel the priest of the wind. Now them dry bones connecting to see the great army. Ooh, what you know about standing in the welfare line for some powder eggs and block cheese? What you know about sleeping in your car, then taking bird baths and big things? Man, I pray so much in this walk that I should have scars on both knees. I've been robbed, been hit by a car, but I still kept trucking like a lord. Baby, I'm blessed. As long as I'm breathing, I'm passing the test. Got time to repent like a bird, I can't nest. Stay on the clock, on the 7th, I rest. Keep sowing seeds, God love. Keep wrecking on the beat, going harder. You know, probably keep waking me up in the morning. I'ma keep on being a yawner. Ooh, I'm blessed. He blessing me. Ooh,
yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, I got eyes to see, I got feet to move, I got ears to hear. I'm not destitute. He keep blessing me with my necessities, and I'm giving thanks, homie. You should too. Yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, yeah. He blessing me. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm blessed.
All right, family. So real quick, let me go ahead and share a screen with y'all one last time. I just happened to notice on our phones and on PC. So within the past day or so, right? So now when you come to Red Letter Wrapped and you go to the playlist section, they have the created playlists are right here, but all my saved playlists are now private to just me. And I'm telling y'all, I didn't do that. So all that whole library of stuff, like if you look over here, so everything else, all the ministries that I'm subscribed to, and all the artists and stuff that I'm subscribed to, yeah, all that is over here for me. I can see it, but y'all can't see it. Now, here's the other part, right? So I'm about to scroll down here too in just a moment. So where's it at? Now I'm gonna try to end up going back through my settings and everything and see if I can possibly find a way to pull my playlist back up. But to the best of my knowledge, family, like on my phone, let's see here. Let me see here. Saved playlist. Look, this channel has no content that match saved playlists. So when I go back here in the playlist, these are just the ones that I created. So I gotta find a way to either go back into all that music, all them playlists that I had, try to find a way to go back on in. I know on my phone, as a matter of fact, I can go over here to playlists on my phone, like over in this side over here. Let me see if I can do it over here. Library, here we go. Now, if they give y'all the ability to do this, all praises. Because here it goes, playlist A to Z. If y'all can go into my library, then by all means, all praises to the Most High. I just clicked on the show more, so it might take a little second. Yeah, but these are all my playlists, and I've been trying to do this on my phone. And 300 said the playlist is still on my phone. Okay, all right. So do you have now? See, and 300. Now this is the difference. On your phone, does it just show you the created playlist, or is it showing you all of these? Like everything else. I mean everything. All the artists' playlists, because I haven't been able to find them on my phone. as far as like without hitting this library. But see, I also had to be logged in on this account. I tried going in on I renamed my Rawls Tally account to Yashar Rawls Yehuda. So when y'all see me on Teyu Ministries or Dante or whoever else I might possibly, you know, be on that channel, you're gonna start seeing me as Yashar Rawls Yehuda. All right. And that'll be this channel right here. Yashar Rawls Yehuda. I renamed that one. But I'm bringing this to y'all's attention because I have not been able to find all these playlists under any other profile, even through Yaz's phone. Because it was like through her phone, because she was going to try to, she asked me of a song by Brother T.R. Butler, Ayob, and I'm like, well, just go to RedLetter Rap, you know what I'm saying? Go into the playlist section like I normally would say to anybody else. And all of a sudden, I go to do it myself. Like, I'll just go ahead and send it to you. And I go on in there and I'm like, whoa. And now I'm seeing the problem. Like, y'all ain't able to really see the rest of these playlists. So if it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, if y'all can still see these, all praises to the Most High. If you can't see these no more, I'm sorry, family. I didn't do that to y'all. But as you can see, they updated this YouTube. So I'm just hoping, you know what I'm saying, y'all will be able to find these. And if you can't, hit me up or something, and I'll see what I can possibly do. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to be able to find this music. And that was one of the main reasons on how this channel even got started in the first place. And so that way, all this righteous music out here, y'all will be able to have a one-stop library to go to find all that music. Yeah, you can still be able to go to Hebrew Sphere, but I still got to upload the Hebrew Sphere. I got to update the Hebrew Sphere playlist and all that. So, like for instance, goodness. So now I'm on Hebrew Sphere right quick. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and share screen with y'all.
Be for signs and for appointed times, the Hebrew there being Moedim. You may have seasons, if you have a King James set, for days and for years. Now the word Moedim in singular is Moed, an appointment.
In times. Moedim, I'ma blow this trumpet, they gon' hear.
All right, so obviously there's a good amount of music still on here. And I gotta make time. There's only 151 songs on this playlist, but y'all already know from the Hebrew hard music playlist and the Hebrew R&B playlist that there's so much more music that I gotta add to this playlist. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I gotta come back on over here and get this right. So that way when y'all come back to Hebrew Sphere, y'all got the music right here. You know what I'm saying, in this playlist that y'all, in this music player that y'all can listen to everything. So Most High willing, I'll be able to get on some of that this week. And then next weekend, I'm not for sure if we're going to be if we're going to be live next weekend, because we might be going out of town. And so that's yet to be seen just yet, family. I'll make sure to put something in the community tab to let y'all know what's going on, whether or not we'll be here or whether or not we'll be trying to do it from out of town or just not doing it at all. But regardless, I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all filled in. Other than that, she said Enoch is gone. 502 Hebrew hard music. 198 hidden Hebrew, Hebrew hidden. All right, so yeah, the songs that are in the Hebrew hard music playlist, those are all still there. You know what I'm saying? In the created playlist section. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about, N300. Is that, you know, in the playlist section, all the created playlists that I have that I created myself. Book of Enoch is right here. There's 7 videos in the Book of Enoch playlist right here. I might have to go back in and check and see if I'm missing any chapters or whatnot from the Book of Enoch. But when it comes to the other playlists, that's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta see if there's a way for me to be able to go in, or for y'all to go into the playlist section and try to click into my library. That's what it's gonna have to take in order for y'all to be able to get to the rest of the music, is getting into my library section. Otherwise, I don't know how to, you know, except for going back into all these libraries and then adding them to the Hebrew hard music playlist. You know what I'm saying? Every single song. You know what I mean? So that's I mean, if that's what it takes, I'll have to make a whole other playlist. Yeah, see, good. Seeing Enoch. All right, all praises. But I want to make sure that I can still make it to where all this music is still available to everybody. All right. Well, family, it's 11:03 here on the East Coast in Ohio. Because we're East Coast time still. You got anything back before we go?
My most important thing: remain blameless and stay with His Spirit.
All praises, all praises. So I love y'all, family. Most High willing, we'll see y'all again real soon. Hopefully sometime during this week with the Cry Aloud and Spare Not study. I would love to go ahead and do that this week.
You put in a lot of on the plate for this week, so
I'm just trying to get as much knocked out as possible. Trying to stay of use. But other than that, family, I love y'all. And most high willing, like I said, see y'all real soon. And other than that, keep getting into your word. I want y'all to study. I want y'all to study to show yourselves approved as well. I know a lot of us, me included, me and Yaz was going over, catching up on a lot of the studies from Dante Fortson today. So yeah, I know we rely on our good teachers, you know what I'm saying, to break things down for us and show us things that we haven't taken the time to study. But I want to encourage y'all to be studiers yourselves. You know what I'm saying? The scripture does say to study to show yourself approved. So I just want to encourage that amongst all of y'all. If there's anything I can encourage y'all to do, that is to study, to look deeper into this word than these Eurocentric churches have ever showed y'all. I want to encourage y'all to pick up that Bible, pick up your Sefer, pick up any scriptures, your pseudepigraphas, your apocryphas. Read these scriptures. When you come across words that you don't know, look them up. look into the concordances, try to write down these Hebrew words. You know what I'm saying? I want to encourage this kind of study out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ophizi says, Khan. You know what I'm saying? Shalom family, bless love, stay blessed. All praises to the Most High Yah. I love you, Ak Johan Duncan. Other than that, family, we out. And we'll see y'all soon, Most High willing.